Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video, it's going to be a package from China. So a very long time ago, I picked up this Super Console X model, or better said, it's just a mini PC. But did you know that this ultra compact PC is something you just can pick up without, like say, the Bodashera implemented to it? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Where I'm always searching budget ways to play some retro games or emulate games, this is not like, it's like a mixed feeling I'm having with this, because this is absolutely not super cheap, depending how you buy it. Of course, if you're going to buy a kit, you pay so much more. And also what kind of CPU in the inside. What I find particularly interesting with this Xeon CPU they're using, this thing is, let's say, comparable with an i7 of the 6th or 7th generation, if I recall it correctly. So in other words, this thing is quite powerful, and you do have like a lot of stuff you can play more with it than your typical mini PC. And the form factor is completely different, but it's still very mini. The casing they're basically using for this is absolutely very nice quality. They are made out of fully metal, so not like the plastic fantastic stuff that I've seen before. So when it comes to the cooling method, it's absolutely great. Also, beside that point, it's a very nice thing that you can basically put behind your monitor. It even came with a bracket inside the package. At the front, we're going to get ourselves two USB 3.0 ports. Then we have like the Type-C port, an on-off switch, and we even have a jack out over here. But also at the back we do have all kinds of options when it comes to communication. To begin with, we do have like two USB 2.0 ports, then we have like two 3.0 and RJ45 free Ethernet over here and there. Of course we're going to use only one of them. And then we do have like a display port and an HDMI out, and here we do have the input for the power supply. Two tiny Wi-Fi antennas for of course the Wi-Fi capabilities. And the reason why we're having two antennas, because this is an Intel dual board wireless AC 3155 that is using in combination with the antennas. Alright, so here we're having the first module is in DDR4 running on 2666 MHz, in total 8 GB, but the other one is on the other side. Nevertheless, we're having here the NVMe slot that is not in use, as you can see over here. So the CPU is cooled by this gigantic cooler. I can say it gets it quite hot, but keeps the CPU quite cool. And not to forget, it's super silent. But disassembly of this case is super easy and everybody can do it. Simply because we need to remove 4 screws for each panel. If you remove them, you can just lift it open. I need to point out with the second panel, the hard drive is basically screwed on the second panel. You need to be very gently when you're removing it. Because there is a special connector that goes straight into the main board, and if you wiggle it around and you didn't do it right, you'll basically ruin it. Here we're having the KingFast. This is just only NVMe is inside this machine. This is for the Windows 10 because yep, it's installed. Okay, here we're having the second module, the second DDR4 4GB module that makes in total 8GB. We're having the extra pins, which you can see over here. This pin has been connected with the hard drive that is screwed on the second panel. This is basically in 2 TB that contains all the files, and basically all the files that we're going to get and need for having this emulation machine. But they're using a SATA to this special connector for connecting it to the mainboard. But nevertheless, this is a Western Digital 2 TB hard disk, and I'm hoping in the future, if SSDs will become affordable, maybe it's a fun and great idea to upgrade it to an SSD. So for the CPU, it's kind of surprising. We're going to get an Intel Xeon A3 1505M that is running on 2.80 GHz. RAM in total, we're having 8GB DDR4 that is divided over 2 modules of 4GB. The GPU is an Intel HD 530. Storage, we're having 2 of them. The first one is a KingFast 128GB. This is for Windows 10, and we're having a 2 TB Western Digital hard disk inside that is running the Batocera Linux edition for the emulation station. Okay, so let's take a close look at the part I'm guessing you are all been waiting for. So this is the part of the emulation station. What are we going to get compared with, let's say, in Super Console X or other devices I've reviewed here on the channel? So first of all, I really like more like the Hyperspin look design of this menu. But of course we can change it out if you want to. But the compatibility, I think that's where the Super Console X Pro, or better said, the other versions are lacking of. We're having a lot of old stuff that will run fine on an Android box. That will not be a problem. So if you're liking the old stuff, I think a Super Console X is more than enough for you. But if you want to basically play more than only, let's say, up to PlayStation 1, Therefore, we're going to review this monster machine. This machine can run up to Wii U if possible. I'm just going to do a quick point out, and this is more like a spoiler for you guys. PlayStation 2, it's still a little bit buggy, but when you're looking at the Wii and the Wii U stuff, it's more like a hit or miss. Because that is more like compatibility with the emulator, and not to forget the power of the system. Because this is an older Xeon CPU inside. And if you're looking at this maybe with an i7 or maybe an i9, they will going to get even better performance with the high-end stuff. But it's safe to say that it will run up to GameCube and PlayStation 2 or most of the games pretty good, and I will show you a couple of games. Take a consideration is that with this video I only going to highlight some games because it's not possible to basically check everything out. I have a second channel where I will do more extended testing and other stuff like tutorials. Consider subscribing to that channel if you want to see more. Nevertheless, let's get into the games, enough chit chatting, and let's test them out. Let's see what are the performance of this Console X PC Supreme Edition. We're going to start off with MAME, but these are the games that are not running on the Super Console X Pro or most of the time a Raspberry Pi number 4. So with PlayStation Portable, I did notice some hiccups in the game. I think it's a little bit of a bummer, but this is more like an emulator issue than it's more like a performance. But in the end, this is the best performance I have seen for a while when it comes to these systems. So PlayStation 2, when looking at the FPS, it's quite good, but you can see already more like this has some rendering issues, and I did see it before. And I'm guessing this is not because we're playing this on Bota Sierra, but I think it's more like a problem with the emulator itself. And hoping in the future stuff like this and glitches will be fixed. A little bit of a bummer in my opinion. But again, it's going to get the N64 story all over again. It's going to be a mixed bag all the freaking time. I did notice a hiccup from the beginning, but when you're looking at the overall performance, it is running on a stable FPS, and I'm very pleased to see that we're having a system finally that can run GameCube pretty good. Or better said, very good. Okay, so this game I have tested it on many systems before, like the Pi 4 and the Console X, and had a lot of issues. But with the Super Console X PC edition, finally we can play without any lag, or any weird glitches or other problems. But when you're looking at this mini PC, you're going to get way more for your money. And of course, depending where you're going to buy it and how you're going to buy it. Like I mentioned before, you can buy it with different kind of CPUs, and also you can buy it in kind of like a bundles with controllers and hard drives, stuff like that. Or you can make it even yourself very cheaply. In the end, what you're going to get is like more performance for your money. But if this holds up against, let's say, your other products, think about your Super Console like Raspberry Pi, that is something you need to decide, because it's just a question like how far you want to push it, what kind of resolution you want to play, and what kind of games you want to play. But I thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit that little bell button on the Wicked family, and it would be great to see you in the next video.